Hi children, I Lakshman Vangara, teacher of English. Welcome you to the digital class of Telangana Open School Society. As part of the blended mode of personal contact program, today we are going to have second class for you. In your previous class, you were introduced the contents of your new English textbook and the structure of each unit. You also discussed the first lesson, Justice Above Self. I hope you all have enjoyed the story. In continuation to that class, today I am going to introduce you two more topics named creative writing and grammar. Before start our class, let me introduce you the expected learning outcomes of today's class. After completion of this class, you will be able to construct the written discourse conversation, and you will be able to understand and use prepositions and subject verb agreement. Dear children, I hope you have already read the lesson and understood it. Anyway, let us recapitulate the summary of the story once. As you read the lesson, Justice Above Self is a tale of a relationship between the two friends named Juman Sheikh and Algu Chowdhury. They both had a great faith in each other. The villagers also used to respect both of them. Juman had an old aunt who had some property. As she was alone, she transferred her whole property to Juman on a condition that he would look after her. After a couple of years, Juman's wife started ill treating and insulting the old lady. As she was weak and alone, she bore all the pains and the humiliation patiently. However, the ill treatment increased day by day, so she understood that she was not wanted in their house. One day, the old aunt asked Juman to pay her a monthly allowance to set up a separate kitchen for her. But Juman refused to give it. So the old lady approached the panchayat where she chose Algu as the head panchayat. We know Algu was the best friend of Juman. Despite their strong bond of friendship, Algu gave a fair judgment and he asked Juman to pay his old aunt a monthly allowance or else the property would go back to her. With this incident, Juman got angry with Algu and he treated Algu as his enemy. Juman was also waiting for a chance to take revenge on Algu. Days passed. As one of the bullocks of Algu died, he sold the other to a cart driver named Sahu, on understanding that he would pay Algu the price of the bullock in a month's time. Unfortunately, the bullock also died within a month. So Sahu refused to pay the price to Algu and asked him to use his bullock for a month and return it. This case was also taken to the panchayat and Sahu chose Juman as the head panchayat. Although Juman had a chance to take revenge on Algu, he gave a fair judgment. He asked Sahu to pay the price of the bullock to Algu. With this incident, both washed away the misunderstanding between them and they reunite. Children, now open your textbook at page 11 and read the task given under the heading Creative Expression. As per the given task, You are expected to develop an imaginary conversation between Juman and Algu after the reunion. You are also given some points to include in your conversation. However, before you start writing the imaginary conversation, we must know two things. They are, what is a conversation? What are the indicators to be followed while writing a conversation? Firstly, let me try to give a general definition of conversation. Conversation is a form of interactive, spontaneous communication or talk between two or more people. Next, like other discourses, conversation has also have some indicators. Dear children, please look at the indicators on screen. The first one is write dialogues with not less than 8 to 10 exchanges, use proper sequence of exchanges, sustain the conversation with social norms. They are like dear and my dear, etc. Use discourse markers. So when you start writing a dialogue, it would be good if you start with the discourse markers like absolutely, certainly, exactly, precisely, I am sorry, etc. That gives beauty to your conversation. Use short responses and tags wherever necessary. You are also expected to use dialogues apt to the context, and you need to use appropriate cohesive devices too. And your dialogues should be grammatically correct. So we can call them as well-formed constructions. And at the end, you need to follow all the conventions of writing like spelling and punctuation. Children, you have already read the story and we have just recapitulated the summary of the lesson too. Now, I hope you are ready to write a conversation which is asked in your textbook on your own. But, children, it would be good if you reflect on some questions before you write the conversation, such as you can ask yourself that, do you think that Juman consoled Algu? Do you think that Algu misunderstood Juman? Juman gave his judgment in favor of Algu as they were good friends. Algu was surprised at the Juman's judgment. Juman and Algu praised each other. Do you think that Juman is favorable to Algu? And what is the appropriate beginning and end of the conversation in this context? With help of these points, you try to write a conversation in your own words and compare it with the teacher's version. So children, here is a teacher version to the given task for you. So children, now look at how your teacher wrote his version to the given task. So let us start reading that conversation. Juman, dear Algu, please stop crying. Everything is fine now. Algu, it's the tears of happiness, dear. I have no words. Come on, Algu, please control your emotions. I can understand your situation. Thanks a lot, dear Jum. But I thought that you would certainly take revenge on me for what I did to you when I was the head panchayat. You are right, Algu. I misunderstood you in my aunt's case, and I treated you as my enemy from that day. That is why I have been away from you till today. Is it? Then I was just wondering how you could give you a judgment in favor of me, although you have a chance to take revenge on me. I'm sorry, I disagree with you, Algo. You know pretty well that the panchayat knows neither friend nor enemy. So I gave only judgment that you deserve. Thank you for your generous words, Jum. However, I am curious to know what made you give such judgment, though you have been angry with me since the last panchayat. Dear Algu, being the head panchayat, I realized my responsibility. So I didn't allow my personal feelings to come in the way of speaking the truth and doing justice. Your words sound great, dear Jum. I am really very fortunate to be your friend and I am also proud of your sensibility. Thank you, dear Algo. But I don't think I deserve these words. I have just done the same what you had done in my case. Persons like Sahu can never break our friendship. You are right, Jum. Sahu wanted to get benefit out of our rivalry, but you proved that we both never deviate from the path of justice and truth for friendship or enmity. You are absolutely right, Algu. I know how foolish Mr. Sahu is. I could understand his conspiracy. Anyway, we could wash away all the dirt of misunderstanding between both of us today. Thank you very much, dear Jum. Dear Algu, I should actually say thanks to you for not misunderstanding me. Let's be good friends forever. Certainly, Jum. I wish the same. Oh, it's already very late. Shall I take leave, Algu? Sure, Jum. I look forward meeting you again. Bye bye. Dear children, you must have observed how your teacher used all the required indicators for the conversation. Here, your teacher wrote the dialogues in a sequence. He has used tags wherever necessary. He has used some polite discourse markers and polite sentences. And he also wrote or he also started in a proper beginning, middle, and end. This is the way how one is expected to write conversation. Dear children, we discuss how to write an imaginary conversation in the given context so far. Now it's time to focus on our second objective of today's class, that is grammar. Children, look at the slide. So here you are given a few sentences. Read the following sentences and observe the underlined words. The first sentence is, I am not wanted in your house. You are aware of my friendship. Use it for a month. I will be, I will abide by his decision. Others laughed at her. Children, do you know what the underlined words are called? Yes, you are right. They are called prepositions. Now, let us look at the definition of preposition. A preposition is a word used with a noun phrase, or a pronoun to show a relation with something else. So, here let us examine a few examples. One day she spoke to Juman. So here to is used before a noun. And in the second example, both were greatly respected in the village. So here in is preceded by the noun phrase the village. And in the third example, others laughed at her. So here the preposition at is preceded by the pronoun her. Generally, prepositions can be tricky for English learners because there is no definite rule or formula for choosing a preposition. In the beginning stage of learning the language, you should try to identify a preposition when reading or listening in English and recognize its usage. Anyway, I'll let you know uses of a few common prepositions like on, in, at, to, for, of, etc. in this class. First, let us look at the uses of on in our English language. Generally, on is used to express a surface of something. For example, his mobile is on my table. So here, on is used before the noun phrase my table, which expresses a surface. And the second use of on is to specify days and dates. For example, he goes to Hyderabad on Monday. So here, before Monday, we have used the preposition on. And in this next example, we can see she was born on the 5th April 2010. So here, on is used before the date. And third use of on is to indicate a device or machine. For example, Ravi is on the phone right now. So here phone is a machine. So we used on before the machine. In the second example, the boy is playing the games on the computer. So here again computer is also machine. So we used on before it. And let us look at the fourth usage of on. It is used to indicate a part of the body too. For example, she hit me on my face. In the second example, she wears a watch on her left hand. Here, in the two examples, we indicated parts of body, my face and left hand. And another usage of on is to indicate the state of something. For example, the hut is on fire and everything in this tub is on sale. So here we indicate state of a few things. Next, let us look at the use of at. At is used to point out specific time. So you all know very well when we express time, exact time, generally we use at before the time. For example, we will go out at 10 a.m. And it can also be used to indicate a place. For example, she waits at the bus stop or Ramu waits at school. Like that, you can use at before a specific place. It can also be used to indicate an activity or to indicate someone is busy at something. For example, I am good at chess. She laughed at me. So these are all some activities where we can use the preposition at before them. And another use of at is to indicate email address. Children, you know very well, we use at in our email addresses. For example, you can see here xxx@yyyy.com. So here, people are habituated to read this word at the rate. Generally, we need to say at. And you can also say, please email at so and so email address can be mentioned. And our next preposition is in. So let us look at their usage. In is used for unspecific times during a day, month, season, year. For example, I walk in the morning. We have exams in May. So morning is unspecific time. So generally we use the word morning since dawn to till 10 to 11 a.m. And May is also is before months we also use in. It's very hot in summer. So summer is a season. So we need to use the preposition in before it. I am not wanted in your house. So here, to indicate some location or place, we can also use the preposition in. For example, I am not wanted in your house. Both were greatly respected in the village. They live in America. So here, house, village, and America, these are all places, or we can call them as locations. So we can use the preposition in before such locations or places. In can also be used to indicate a shape, color, or size. For example, he is in blue. It means he wears blue dress. So blue, as blue is color, we used the preposition in before it. And they sat in a circle. So circle is indicates some size. So we can use in before that sizes. And the dress is available in 4 different sizes. Sorry, circle is shape. So we can also use in before some shapes and sizes also. We can also use in before size. And the preposition in can also be used to indicate a belief, opinion, interest, or feeling. For example, I believe in God. She is interested in music. So these are all a few uses of preposition in which are used in English. Next, let us see the uses of to. So generally, we use the preposition to indicate the direction, place. For example, he went to his village. And the other use of the preposition to is to indicate a relationship. For example, don't respond to the annoying persons. And so one more usage of to is to indicate a limit. For example, put the things up to the roof. So here, roof expresses certain limit. So we can use the preposition to before the phrase roof. And to can also be used to refer a period. For example, I will be there from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Next. So here we can see the uses and examples of the preposition of. Of can be used to indicate relating to or belonging to. For example, I'll think of it, and it is the book of Guinness World Records. And the other use of the preposition of is to indicate reference. For example, it was the suit of my marriage. So it means this suit is not new one. It was bought at the time of my marriage. And the other use of the preposition of is to specify the number or an amount. For example, they spent lakhs of rupees on crops. Children, now look at the uses of the preposition for. Generally, for is used to indicate the reason or because of. For example, she was happy for you. The next use of for is to indicate the duration or time. For example, she slept for 2 hours. Or you can say, I have read for 3 hours in the evening. And you can also say we played for 3 hours on Sunday. In like that, you can frame n number of examples for preposition for to indicate the duration of time. The next use of for is to specify the use of something. For example, she is preparing for her exams. Children, we have discussed the usage of a few prepositions so far. In the grammar section, we are given one more grammar item, that is subject verb agreement. Before we jump into the topic, firstly, let us know about subject and verb. Children, look at the sentences. Do you find any difference in each sentence? Yes, you are right. Some words are written in red and some are in blue. So, for example, Juman is written in red color, is written in blue. Juman is my best friend. You and I are old friends. He knows only justice. A panchayat has neither friend nor enemy. Children, how do we call the words in red? Do you know? Yes, you are right. They are subjects because they are do the action or they have a state. Children, how do we call the words in blue? Yes, you are again right. They are verbs because they denote an action or state. So let us see their definitions once. A subject is a part of a sentence that contains the person or thing performing the action in a sentence. For example, Juman, you, I, Algu, Ravi, Hyderabad. These are all called subjects. We can use them in sentence as subjects. They are nouns, pronouns, and we can use them as subjects in a sentence. Next, the definition of verb is a verb is a word which denotes an action or state. So here in our previous slide, you see Juman is my best friend. So here we can call is as verb, but here Juman is not performing any action, yet we call is as verb because here is expresses the state. And in the second example, you and I are old friends. So here you and I, the subjects are not doing anything, any action, yet we call are as verb because this verb expresses time here. In the third example, he knows only justice. So here knows is called verb because he does something. He extends some action here in this sentence. Next, a panchayat has neither friend nor enemy. Here, the verb as also expresses the state. Children, just you look at all the sentences and observe whether the subject verb agreement is maintained or not. So in the first example, Juman is in singular number and the verb is also in singular. So in the first sentence, subject verb agreement is followed. In the second example, you and I are old friends. So here in the subject we have two persons, you and I. So 2% means plural in number. So the plural subject is followed by plural verb are. So in the second example, we can also see the subject verb agreement. And in the third example, he is third person singular, so it is followed by singular verb knows. He knows only justice. This is also right sentence. And in fourth example, a panchayat has neither friend nor enemy. So here, panchayat is also said to be in singular, so it is followed by singular verb has. So the third and fourth, first and second, all sentences have followed subject verb agreement. So we can say all the sentences are correct. Dear children, on looking at the above examples, we can understand that if a subject is singular, its verb must also be singular. If a subject is plural, its verb must also be plural. Here, let us see a few examples. Ravi are a tall boy. Is it a correct or incorrect sentence? Yes, it is incorrect because Ravi is said to be in singular and it is followed by a plural verb. So it is an incorrect sentence. So we can write Ravi is a tall boy. So this sentence is correct because here Ravi is said to be in singular. So it is followed by the singular verb is. And in the next set of two sentences, the first sentence is incorrect. Srinu and Raju was good friends. So here Srinu and Raju, we mentioned two people, so they are said to be plural. So this plural subject should be followed by plural verb. So there should be were instead of was. So the correct sentence is Srinu and Raju were good friends. That is correct. Sorry, it is written incorrect here. That is correct. Children, look at these sentences. The first sentence is every student of them has a new book. So here every student. So every is said to be indefinite pronoun. So it, and each boy was given two pens. One of my friends comes to my house today. Nobody knows it. Everybody joins the party. So every, each, one of my friends, nobody, everybody, these are all called indefinite pronouns. They always refer one at a time. So we call them as singular indefinite pronouns. So as we know, singular indefinite pronouns should follow singular verbs. Dear children, so far we have discussed the summary of the first lesson, justice above self, and creative expression, and also we discussed the grammar items, prepositions, and subject verb agreement. Now, let us see the exercise given in your textbook once. So here is a grammar topic given in your textbook. It is followed by a few exercises. So now you can see a few fill in the blanks under a preposition topic. So here you are given an instruction, fill in the blanks with the suitable preposition given in the brackets. Children, you can see against each sentence you are given 4 prepositions in the bracket. So here you need to choose the right preposition and fill in the blanks. So let us try. No money dash the dead bullock. So what is the suitable preposition to fill the blank in, by, of, for? Yes, you are right. No money for the dead bullock. So for is the right preposition here. Next, the second one, I want to leave dash 8 p.m. today, but I have a lot dash for dash work to do. So for the first blank, so here time is given. So in when we discussed the uses of at, so at is used to indicate time. So here you can fill the blank with the preposition at. I want to leave at 8 p.m. today, but I have a lot of work to do. So in the second blank, the preposition of is suitable. In the third sentence, Rakesh is waiting dash you. Yes, you are right. Here, for is the right preposition for you at the bus stop. So here we we have just learned that the preposition at is used to indicate certain location or place. So here bus stop is a place, so we can use the preposition at before the bus stop. And the fourth example, I don't like walking alone dash the streets dash night. So here the streets is certain location with some fixed boundaries. So we can use the preposition in. I don't like walking alone in the streets at night. So night is time. So we can use the preposition at before the word night. Next, the fifth exercise. My friend has been living in Canada for 2 years. So Canada is place, 2 years is time. So before Canada, we can use the preposition in, and 2 years is a duration. So we can use the preposition for here. Next, the last exercise, we must mail the letter dash Friday. So Friday is name of a day. So here we can use the preposition by here. We must mail the letter by Friday. And next, let us go to another exercise given under subject verb agreement topic. So here you are also expected to fill the blanks by choosing the right verb form given in the bracket. The first blank is your aunt dash as dear to me as you. So here your aunt is in singular number. So what is the right verb? Yes, you are right. Is the right verb. Your aunt is as dear to me as you. Now let us read the second sentence. Now I dash a panchayat. So I is singular and it is a first person singular. So I is always followed by am. So I am a panchayat. So am is the right verb form to fill in the blank. Next, the third sentence, I dash a bullock. So again, here I is first person singular. So I is always followed by have, not has. So I have a bullock. Next, the fourth one, he dash only justice. He is said to be in third person singular. So third person singular numbers are followed by S form of the verb. So he knows only justice. Knows is the right word to fill the blank. Next, the fifth one, buses dash at the Panchavati colony bus stop. So buses, here just you observe, buses is the plural form of bus. So it should be followed by plural noun, stop. Now you can read the sentence, buses stop at the Panchavati colony bus stop. Next, the sixth sentence, Ravi dash to Varangal. So Ravi is third person singular. So it should be followed by S form of verb, that is goes. Now you can read the sentence, Ravi goes to Warangal. Next, the seventh sentence, Sita dash a letter to her father. So again, Sita is third person singular. So it is followed by S form of verb writes. Sita writes a letter to her father. Next, the last one, people dash hot coffee in cold weather. So here, people, generally, people is said to be plural. So people drink hot coffee in cold weather. Here, the verb drink is suitable to fill the blank. Next, let us have a look at the sentences given under subject verb as the usage of indefinite pronouns. Every one of them dash welcome to the party. So everyone indicates one person. So is suitable here. Every one of them is welcome to the party. Each of them is personally invited. Is right here. Each postman is given a bundle of letters to deliver. So here, where are was is given in the bracket. So each postman was given a bundle of letters to deliver. Next, the fourth sentence, every student dash preparing for the exam. So every student indicates one student. So every student is preparing for the exams. Next, the last one of my friends dash next to your house. One of my friends live or lives. Yes, you are right. Lives next to your house. Okay, children, this is all about today's class. Before I conclude this session, let us recapitulate what we have discussed in today's class. In the beginning, we recapitulated the summary of the lesson, justice above self, and we discussed the indicators of the discourse conversation, and we also discussed how the indicators are used in the teacher's version. Next, we switched over to our grammar topic prepositions, and where we have seen uses of a few uh, common prepositions. Then we have discussed what subject verb agreement is, and we also discussed the usage of indefinite pronouns in sentence. So okay children, now it is time to conclude the session. We will meet you. We will meet in another session. Until then, have a nice time. Thank you.